But this journey that I'm going to have it maybe more mainly in English or Persian, it is a journey through happiness, inner happiness, and inner peace, and international happiness and peace. It has been always my question that if this is such an important thing in our life that we are in search of, why we rarely achieve happiness. I mean, the content. It means what is that we cannot achieve it fully. And the second thing is, what is the reason and whether we can achieve or not. This was my question that I went through this research for many years. I found that when I started my research, I found that there was not much documents and research on peace and happiness. But if you want to search for war and bloodshed, there are plenty, unfortunately. And so I started my journey with the wars. I went through the history and I found that the main reason for war, differences and separation and conflict and bloodshed, it is based on, the reason is the ideology. Even from the beginning of time, where there were only tribes, and the differences, the wars between the tribes were mostly the ideas. But when I went through the history, I found actually is the same today. The differences between the tribes. We are living in a tribal community in the world, but the tribes' condition has changed. It is not only 40, 50, 100 families around the corner and living together, but the tribes are bigger one. It is internationally, but still they are tribes. We have the tribes of Christianity, we have the tribes of Jews and Hindus and Buddhists and whatever you call it. So actually the structure is the same, and the reason also for bloodshed is the same. If my previous conference was that I had a little baby, about 6 months old, you couldn't say that it was a boy or a girl, and you couldn't say it was a Chinese or black or whatever, because the mother was Turkish and the father was from Indonesia, and you couldn't make actually girl or boy. But I put some icons around the neck, and I was showing it for the audience. The reaction of the audience, if there was, for example, a cross, the audience, between the audience, if anyone who was Christian, then they would have called it, she belongs to our group. And others would say, this belongs to others. This is the first step of separation, that if we have a name or a religion, which should be actually very individual, but if we actually exhibit it, it brings the first step of separation. So, and without actually recognizing that was a boy or a girl, that was from which country, so you could make that she belongs to us, actually it was a she belongs to my group, or it belongs to others. So we react. This is the worst thing that is happening with the religion, and definitely today we are witnessing the biggest bloodshed in the history because of the religion. And definitely if we see some economy side of it, because war is actually, it is not a very simple thing, but the main thing is control, especially control of maybe it is not my belief, but it is controlling the minds of people. But when I went to see the reasons for the war, as I told you, then I found the religions are the main root of differences in the history of human beings. But I searched through all the religions. Believe me, it's a nice journey. Everyone should know there are many nice things in studying the religions, but we should study all the religions because we find something in every religion. But then I found something very interesting. If the God is one, and if the religion is for the betterment of the human life and society, why is that the result is so much bloodshed? And I think this is your question as well. And then if beyond that, if the God is one and the commandments, whether it is 10, 20, more or less, why it creates so much enmity and differences and ends into the war and bloodshed? And to the extent that someone is ready to kill self for the purpose against others, whatever it is. Then I found between all the leaders, scholars, or religious people, they brainwashed people and they said that human being is constitutionally religious animals. One of the things that they are talking about, the differences between animals and human beings, it is because of religion. That is why for many, many centuries, in all corners of the world, they pushed people that they should have a religion. And they claim that they have, this is the religion that brings morality into human being and into human society. Edward Burke is actually very responsible for this theory, and many people follow them. That is why the religious constitution became one of the most important institutions in each society, which is, the result is not good as we see and we witness today. But I found between all my researches that it is wrong to say that human beings are religious beings or religious animals. It is correct to say that human beings are ethical beings. That is the difference. I think that is the greatest difference between animals and human beings, that humans are ethical, not religious, not necessarily religious. And then through my studies, though I was born in a Zarathushtri or Zoroastrian family, but my research was not that deep, and then I studied Zarathustra. So I became familiar with Zarathustra. Zarathustra, between many scholars around the world, through the history and around between all the religious, let's say, prophets or knowledgeables, is the only one who is introducing cosmic ethics. There is some ethics that it is within us, within each human being. It is naturally within us, and it exists between everything in the cosmos. For example, this cosmic ethics that I call, it is the order of universe. The order is between sun and moon, earth and all the planets, between all the cosmic, all the Milky Ways. There is an order. If we come back from this macro scale, if we come back to micro scale within us, we see that there is a harmony, balance within us, especially between our mind and our body. And we can see this harmony and law of nature, which I call it cosmic ethics. It exists between all the cells of our body. And the result is, if there is harmony somewhere, so we have happiness, we have balance, we have justice, we have peace and happiness.